Sir, after Operation Sindoor, the Foreign Secretary and his wife were trolled. Daughter was trolled. The Chief of Defence Staff was trolled. And I asked the government, did they not rise to his defence? I didn't hear their rising to their defences. The CDS carried out the instructions of the government and successfully conducted Operation Sindoor. The Foreign Secretary was reporting the political decision to agree to a ceasefire. But to my great regret, the Foreign Secretary and his daughter were trolled. He had to shut down his social account, and the CDS was trolled. But I didn't see the political leadership rising to the defense of the military leadership. Yes. Sir, I move to another aspect of the consequences of Operation Sindoor. We sent delegations. The Congress Party also sent its members. I think the MPs did as best a job as they could do. But look at the context. During and after Operation Sindoor, mark my words, during Operation Sindoor, May 7th to May 10th, and after Operation Sindoor, on 9th of May 2025, IMF approved $1 billion to Pakistan under the Extended Fund Facility, bringing the total disbursements to $2.1 billion. India sits on the 18-member committee of IMFC, International Monetary Fund Committee. We did not vote against the proposal. We abstained. Why? Why did we abstain? Should we not have voted against the proposal? Yes. By saying Operation Sindoor is going on and you are giving money for what? That money will fuel the war. On 3rd of June 2025, Asian Development Bank approved a loan of $800 million. Recently, the World Bank decided to lend $40 billion over a 10-year period. So who in the World Bank, who in the Asian Development Bank, who in the IMF is standing by us? US and China, otherwise rivals, voted in favor of all the proposals. They didn't abstain. They voted in favor of all the proposals. India did not vote against, but abstained. Is this the political leadership that the military leadership deserves? Is this the political leadership that India deserves? Is this the political leadership that pays tribute to the soldiers and the warriors who carried out Operation Sindoor? Worse, many members have mentioned, Pakistan has been elected as chairman of the UNSC Taliban Sanctions Committee. Pakistan has been elected as a vice chairman of the UNDC Counter-Terrorism Committee. This is the greatest irony. Pakistan is being elected vice chairman of the Counter-Terrorism Committee. China's Foreign Minister Wang Yi, my honorable Foreign Minister's good friend, he meets him often. China's Foreign Minister Wang Yi praised Pakistan's resolute action on terrorism and supported Pakistan. Our foreign minister, after he made the statement, met Mr. Wang Yi. He also had an audience with President Xi. Now, will he please tell us, what did he tell Mr. Wang Yi and what did he tell President Xi? We'll come to President Trump later. But this is Mr. Wang Yi and Mr. President Xi who support Pakistan, praise Pakistan's resolute action on terrorism. What did we do? And I ask most humbly, I may be wrong, the foreign minister can correct me. We sent delegations to so many countries. Why did we not send to our immediate neighbors? Nepal, Bhutan, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Maldives, Mauritius. Have we given up on our immediate neighbors? And besides, the further question arises. We send delegations to so many countries. Everyone condemned terrorism, sympathized with the victims in India. But which country condemned, named and shamed Pakistan? I have scoured through the newspapers to the best of my knowledge, and I'm willing to be corrected. Is there a single country which condemned Pakistan, named Pakistan as a terrorist country?
No, none.
Sir, terrorism has not been wiped out in this country. I have been Home Minister. I was bloodied in the, I had my baptism immediately after a terror attack. There are foreign terrorists infiltrated by Pakistan. There's no question about that. I accept it. I know it. I may not be as intelligent, but I'm not stupid. Pakistan infiltrates foreign terrorists. But please remember, there are also India-based terrorists, homegrown terrorists. They work together most of the time. They work separately. For example, Milind mentioned 3 attacks. The 2006 Mumbai attack was by home-based terrorists. 2008 Mumbai attack was Pakistan infiltrated terrorists. 2011 terror attack was again home-based terrorists. So terrorism does not divide by the border. There are infiltrated terrorists, there are home-based terrorists. Most of the time they work together. If you claim that the terrorist ecosystem has been demolished, that's wrong. At the all-party meeting on 24th April 2025, the Home Ministry disclosed that between June 2014 and May 2024, that is the entire period of NDA government, before and after I'll come to, there were 1,643 terrorist incidents, 1,925 infiltration attempts, 726 successful infiltrations, and 576 security personnel were killed. I can have the data for the previous government of UPA 1 and UPA 2, for the previous government of Shri Vajpayee ji, and the NDA government. So let's accept the fact that terror ecosystem has not been demolished. It will be difficult to demolish, but we can demolish. Now let me get back to the ceasefire and I'll conclude. Kindly remember, President Donald Trump will not vanish until January 2029. That's our misfortune or fortune. Until January 2029, President Trump will be there. And he has only said it 29th time. And as the LOP said, before he finishes, when we read our newspapers tomorrow, he may have said it the 30th time. 1 minute. And he will say it several times. He is claiming to have stopped 6 wars. Cambodia, Thailand, Slovenia, Kosovo, Rwanda, Congo, and India and Pakistan. We are bristling now. But what did the Prime Minister say 5 years ago? Ab ki baar Trump Sarkar. I'm sure the Prime Minister deeply regrets he ever said ab ki baar Trump Sarkar. Now the sequence of events between May 7 and May 10 has been described. I want to ask one question. On May 10 at 3:30 p.m., the DGMOs of the 2 countries spoke on telephone. They could not have spoken without pre-instructions. There would be instructions from the government to the DGMO India. There would be instructions from government of Pakistan to DGMO Pakistan. They could not have spoken without instructions. They could not have agreed without instruction. And after agreement, they could not have not reported to their respective governments. Where is the record? The record will tell us. At 5:25 p.m., and I've asked this question several times, 3:35 the DGMO spoke. 5:25, before any Indian minister, before any Indian official announced the ceasefire, President Trump said, I am pleased to announce that India and Pakistan have agreed to a ceasefire. A few minutes later, Secretary Marco Rubio said, India and Pakistan have agreed to a ceasefire and will meet at a neutral site. At 6:05 p.m., Foreign Secretary announced the ceasefire and he was trolled for that. Why has the Prime Minister rebutted Mr. Trump? That's the question. He should have publicly rebutted Mr. Trump. There was not even a note of protest, a written note of protest. And this is part of the government's character in dealing with America. Illegal migrant Indians were deported in handcuffs and leg chains. Not a word of protest. Steep tariffs were imposed on Indian exports and deadlines have been set. Not a word of protest. US voted in favor of the IMF loan to Pakistan. Not a word of protest. Yes. Foreign students, including Indian students, barred from enrolling in Harvard. Not a word of protest. Student visa interviews were suspended. Not a word of protest. President Trump invites General Asim Munir to dinner and called him a phenomenal partner. Not a word of protest. That is how President Trump cannot be rebutted by this government. Because they don't protest against Mr. Trump. Maybe they hope there will be an ab ki baar, another Trump Sarkar. Fortunately, the Constitution of the United States doesn't permit another Trump Sarkar. So I finally appeal to the government, like the military leadership showed exemplary leadership and was candid and forthright. Please, from today onwards, show exemplary leadership, be candid and forthright, and take the country into the
next speaker is Sri Rita Banerjee. He will speak in Bengali. His time is 11 minutes.